All right, what's going on, you guys? Nick here with Nick Strength and Power. So I've got an update on the Shawn Rhoden situation as far as the 2020 Arnold Classic in Columbus, Ohio is concerned. So a day ago, I posted a video about an article written about Shawn, where that article discusses Shawn Rhoden's pro status and talks about the fact that Shawn Rhoden had not paid his fees to be in the IFBB for 2019 or 2020. So that article was basically speculating that because of Shawn not paying those fees, the poster of Shawn Rhoden and Big Ramy for the Arnold Classic was then pulled down from the Arnold Classic website and social media because of these fees not being paid. Now, I came across another article, which I think is a little bit better and more informative here, by Roger Lockridge on barbend.com. So Roger actually reached out directly to the media representatives of the Arnold Classic, asking them about this report of the poster being taken down because of the pro card fee, the pro card maintenance fees, and if that was anything related to his eligibility to compete in the 2020 Arnold Classic. And the statement from Brent Lalonde of the Arnold Sports Festival said, "We do not know anything about the status of Shawn's pro card. However, he will receive an invite to compete in the Arnold Classic 2020 if," and this is a huge if his legal matters are resolved before the contest. So I think this is kind of a major development as it relates to Shawn Rhoden competing in March of 2020, because this is something that I didn't know. I thought Shawn would be invited to compete at the Arnold Classic, whether his legal matters were resolved or not before the competition, because probably it's extremely unlikely that there's going to be a result, or this is going to be resolved in any way by the time that March rolls around. A lot of people were even saying that they didn't think that this would be resolved before the 2020 Olympia in September of 2020. So this is a very conditional invitation of Shawn Rhoden. So it was kind of surprising to me that they actually put out that poster in the first place with Shawn Rhoden and Big Ramy advertising that Shawn would be there. If his eligibility to compete in the Arnold is conditional on the whole legal case getting resolved before that contest, which I think is extremely unlikely. And if you look at the poster that they actually put out, the poster says, "They're back. Rhoden and Big Ramy return at the 2020 Arnold Classic." So when that poster came out, I thought that was basically official confirmation that Rhoden would be there regardless of whether or not the case was resolved before the Arnold. I don't think there's going to be any decision, whether it's a favorable or negative decision in the case, before the Arnold. So I'm wondering, if nothing happens in this case, if they're still going to let Shawn compete. Obviously, if there's a negative outcome before March, they're probably not going to let Shawn compete. He probably won't be able to compete anyway. So I thought it was interesting that he's only allowed to compete if there is a positive result in this case before March. And I thought it was interesting that they put out this poster. So that is probably the real reason why this poster was taken down. And the justification on the article from Evolution of Bodybuilding that it was because he didn't pay his pro card fees doesn't seem like a really good excuse to me now, looking at this new information. I don't think that really matters. Obviously, he could pay his pro card fees in a heartbeat before 2020. I mean, $250 to a guy that won $400,000 at the 2018 Mr. Olympia is nothing. So I think suggesting that he doesn't have the ability to pay these fees, or these fees are the reason why he's not an IFBB pro or not going to be able to compete at the Arnold, or the reason why he had not competed at the Olympia, are probably just a weak excuse, not from Shawn, but from people behind the scenes. I, for one, am still hoping that Shawn didn't do anything wrong. This case does get resolved before March, and there's a positive outcome, and that we're able to see Shawn compete at the Arnold Classic in 2020 and go head-to-head with Big Ramy and make a very exciting show and a very positive story in bodybuilding. So that's still what I'm hoping for, but I do think it's big news that Shawn will only be allowed to compete if the case is resolved before March. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Please give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. And as always, Nick Strength and Power signing out.